Choosing the right golf instructor is about much more than improving your golf swing. It's about finding someone who understands your goals, communicates effectively, builds confidence, and helps you become the best version of yourself. In this episode, I'll share 5 essential qualities every business professional or anyone who is looking to learn the game of golf should look for in a golf instructor. Additionally, we're going to explore how those same qualities can help you identify great leaders, great mentors, and great coaches in your career. So, whether you're preparing for your next business golf outing or striving to become a stronger leader, this episode will help you make better decisions both on the course and in the boardroom. Welcome to another episode of the A Perfect Swing podcast, where we explore lessons in purpose, perseverance, and preparation from the fairway of life. I'm your host, Ashante Epps, LPGA Top 50 Best Instructor, as well as author of A Perfect Swing and founder of A Perfect Swing Incorporated. Now, you've been listening to my podcast. You know I am a huge proponent of getting golf instruction from a certified golf professional. And I say certified golf professional because that at least lets you know that that person has a level of training, a level of knowledge about the fundamentals of the golf swing. Now, people teach in various ways. And so it becomes important that when you feel like you've found a golf instructor, to stick with them. One of the mistakes I made learning the game, listen, if there was a Groupon, if there was a clinic, like anything about golf, I was in it. I was all over it. But what I found was that sometimes going to multiple instructors, they told me different things. And so, whereas one instructor that I may have done a couple of sessions with had me on the track to getting better, then I go to someone else and they tell me something completely different because they teach completely different. Not that it's wrong, it's just different. They're just different teaching styles. And so I would find myself bobbling back and forth. And it became, well, this person told me this, and this person told me this, and well, I tried this because this person told me this. It gets you all confused. When you're trying to learn the golf swing, you want to be all in and focused on what you're really looking to execute, and having one solid golf instructor providing that roadmap for you becomes critical. It really takes a lot of the pain out of understanding and learning the game. And I know, we love to watch YouTube videos. We're professionals, so we feel like we can figure anything out. The same person that gets a piece of furniture with an instruction manual and they don't read it because hey, listen, I can put these pieces together and we can figure this thing out, right? You probably can do that with the golf swing. But oftentimes it becomes more difficult when you don't have the fundamentals of what's actually happening. So you watch that video and you think you see that their left knee is dropping. So you drop your left knee if you're right-handed. Maybe it's the right one if you're left-handed. But what you may not see is the pressure points in the ground that that particular player or person is using that creates the knee drop. So it's not technically just dropping the knee. It is a form of the motion of their swing sequence that you see that's making their knee fall as opposed to that just happening, right? Sometimes also too, when you're looking at videos, you're not sure what type of swing or what type of shot that they're trying to execute unless it's mentioned. But if you're just looking at someone swing the club, they could be literally intentionally trying to execute a fade or a draw, and you're trying to get your ball straight. And if you imitate that and then you're saying to yourself, I can't get my ball to go straight. Well, you're imitating something that isn't designed to make the ball go straight, right? Also, another thing that comes into play are camera angles. So when you're looking at videos, you don't get 100% pure information of what's actually happening. And I always recommend, even if you feel that you're intuitive enough to figure out the golf swing, I encourage you to at least go get one solid fundamentals uh, golf instruction on the golf swing in the full swing so that you understand how the ball and the club is interacting together. Okay. Now, when I say that, then the next question comes is, well, how do I know how to choose the right golf instructor? How do I know if someone is good for me? And that is a fantastic question because that is critical in your learning process. Really, 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 really critical. Oftentimes, business professionals or even players, you're investing not only money, but also valuable time in learning golf because you understand that golf is a very, very good networking opportunity and relationship building tool. So you want to be all in, right? You want to make sure that you know what you're doing. So when we think about a golf instructor, the truth is choosing the right golf instructor isn't just about finding someone who can fix your swing. It's about finding someone who can develop you, who can take you on that journey to get you to where you want to be. Now, interestingly enough, the same characteristics that define an exceptional golf instructor are often the same characteristics that define exceptional leaders. So today, we're discussing 5 things every business professional or any golfer should consider when selecting a golf instructor and how each one translates directly into leadership. So, let's go ahead and jump on in. So, the first thing that you should consider when selecting a golf instructor, you want to find someone who understands your goals. I have people come and say, listen, I want to learn to play golf because, I think it's an activity that I'll enjoy in retirement. They may say, I want to network with uh, corporate friends. They may say, I want to play with clients. They may even say, I've been playing and I want to break 90. I want to break 80. Some may even say, you know what? I just want to enjoy time with my family. And then there may be a woman who comes and says, listen, I just want to be my husband. Simply okay. I love it, right? Those are the things that your golf instructor should be asking you. What is it? What's your goals from a long-term perspective for what we're doing and what we're developing? Um, you know, if their first instinct is to harp on how far you hit a club or, directional things, they need to know those things, right? And they'll look at those things as a part of the golf instruction process. But that is not your overall goal, right? That is not literally what you're trying to do from a long-term perspective. So the question you want to hear them asking you is, so what do you want golf to do for you? What is it that you want to get out of golf? That also determines whether it's practice plans that they provide for you, or sharing with you to tell you, listen, here's how you're going to get there. This question allows them to be realistic with you. If you come to them and say, listen, I want to break 90 in a month, they can be realistic with you, right? In terms of what your goals are, and they can put a plan together. Now, is it going to happen in a month? Never say never. However, it may not, but they can give you those critical pieces, those practice plans, that as they look at your swing to give you a lesson, they can say to you, okay, here is what we need to work on first, second, third, and this is what will get you to breaking 90, right? Not giving you pipe dreams, these long hopes of, yes, you can do anything you want to do. You absolutely can do anything you want to do. However, there is a process to everything. So if that golf instructor understands what you want, what those long-term goals are, They can customize your journey. And what's very, very interestingly so as well is that leadership works the same way, right? Great leaders don't expect every employee to have identical goals. It's just not realistic. They take the time to understand what motivates each employee. Everybody functions and relates differently. And the best leaders coach people, not positions. So just because you're in the same position, it doesn't mean that they're the same person. And so just note that people perform better when they're coached towards their personal goals rather than someone's expectations. That is critical in leadership and business, and that is critical in finding a golf instructor. Another thing that you should consider when selecting a golf instructor, you want to ensure that they communicate well for you. Communication matters more than credentials. I cannot stress this enough. Now, listen, certifications matter, experience matters, awards matter, all that great stuff matter, but communication matters more. A brilliant instructor who can't explain concepts clearly may leave you frustrated. If you go to an instructor and they sound brilliant. They have broken it down like nobody you've ever heard break it down. And then you say to yourself, I don't know what they just said. Maybe that instructor isn't for you, but try to clearly articulate that you don't understand what they're saying and see if they can come back around and break it down for you. Because if they cannot communicate effectively with you, you're not going to learn anything from them. And you're going to walk away saying, man, this person is brilliant. But man, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this information for my golf swing. So that is very, very, very critical. And communication comes in many forms. Do you like to hear it? Do you like step by step? Do you like to see it modeled? So people learn differently. Some may say, yeah, tell me how to do it, position my hands how I should do it, show me what the rotation looks like. Great. And then some say, okay, let me watch you do it. And when you watch them do it, you learn that way. So another critical piece, even in this communication realm, is that you have to understand how you learn and how you best learn so that they or you understand what you need that instructor to provide for you. Okay. So that's critical, understanding who you are, what you need, how you communicate. But understanding that will help you in turn identify if an instructor communicates well with you. All right. Perfect swing isn't about perfection, it's about purpose. In a perfect swing, lessons in perseverance, purpose, and preparation from the fairway of life discover how the lessons learned on the golf course can transform the way you lead, overcome challenges, and pursue your dreams. Whether you're a golfer, a business professional, an entrepreneur, or someone searching for purpose, this book will inspire you to embrace perseverance, prepare with intention, and lead with confidence. Your next chapter begins with one swing. Order your copy of A Perfect Swing, Lessons in Perseverance, Purpose, and Preparation from the Fairway of Life today. Available on Amazon, Barnes& and Noble, and at www.aperfectswing.net. Again, that's www.aperfectswing.net. A perfect swing because success begins long before the ball is struck. Now, the best instructors simplify complicated ideas, and great leaders do the exact same thing. Employees don't need more complexity, it's enough of that. What they need is clarity. And leadership isn't about sounding smart, it's about helping others succeed. That is the bottom line. If people consistently leave conversations confused, communication, not intelligence, is the problem. So you want to fix the communication problem. All right. The third thing that you should consider when selecting a golf instructor, look for someone who builds confidence. Golf is hard enough. So You want to ensure that your golf instructor, even though they're providing feedback on bad shots, bad habits, things of that sort, that they still build you up and make you feel confident after giving you that criticism. A great instructor doesn't make you feel embarrassed. They don't make you feel discouraged. They make you feel encouraged even in the midst of maybe some personal embarrassment that you might be having. Right? That is what great instructors do. Constructive feedback creates confidence. So they're giving you constructive feedback in those moments, even when you're feeling embarrassed, they're still encouraging you and uplifting you. And that goes a long way in this golf journey because golf is hard enough in itself. Now, criticism without encouragement creates fear. And the same is true in business. The strongest leaders don't constantly remind people what they're doing wrong. They remind people what they're capable of becoming, and confidence fuels performance. Fear limits potential. Remember that confidence fuels performance. That's golf. Even if you're not getting it right, but you feeling confident, you're going to look, you at that range every day hitting balls because I know I could do it. And remember, fear limits potential. So when you fear, you're unsure, that is going to make you shy away from going to the range and putting in the work. So just note when it comes to really diving deep, developing confidence, that is critical on the driving range, on the lesson tee with your instructor, and in business. Now, the fourth thing that you should consider when selecting a golf instructor is you want to find a teacher that's always learning. While they're teaching you, things are changing fast. And you want them to be up to date on what's going on in the industry because the technology trends or the changing pieces is kind of really what keeps the game moving, and you want to be getting updated information. You want to be getting, or actually, too, the more they learn, the more ways that they can potentially help you because not every student is the same, right? My favorite saying is the best teachers never stop being students. We're always learning. You're always reading. You're always watching videos. You're watching other people teach. You're going to seminars and workshops to understand what other people are doing. Listen, learning what the new training aids are, all of that great stuff because it helps. Golf instruction evolves, technology evolves, sports psychology evolves, fitness levels evolve. And great instructors continue learning because they know yesterday's knowledge will not always solve tomorrow's problems. And leadership requires that same mindset. Markets are going to change, customers are going to change, technology is going to change. Great leaders remain curious, staying in tune in what's going on, because the moment we stop learning, we stop growing. All right. And the fifth thing that you should consider when selecting a golf instructor, you really want to get assessment of their character, right? Because character outweighs talent any day. Um, and this is very critical. You want to pay attention to character. Literally ask yourself, do you feel like they're being genuine? Do they genuinely care about you learning the golf swing? Are they, your hour's up, let's go. And literally they're just going on as a part of the process. You want them to feel, or you want them to genuinely care about your success. That it makes you feel better, right? Do they keep their word? If they're going to follow up and send you a video or notes, do they do that? Because that's showing that the character of who they are. Do they genuinely care? Are they patient? Just because you don't get it the first time that they explain it to you, are they patient enough to try to change the way they explain it. Go from not just saying it to showing it. And showing and doing that change without making you feel uncomfortable, right? Without you feeling like, oh, I'm bothering them or, that kind of thing, because that's what they're there for. Everybody learns differently. So that's what you need, right? And in the midst of you taking a little longer to grasp the concept, or they're checking their watch or their phone, make you feel like you're inconveniencing them. Another thing is watching how they treat other people around them. Are they respectful to the person that laughs out loud or feel like they're being too loud on the range? How do they ask them to bring their tone down? Or are they jawing and talking negatively about people around them? That is character that pops up, that shows exactly who they are. So you want to pay attention to those fine details, right? Um, because you as a customer today and they're giving you a lesson, while they may not treat you that way today, it's a sign of the character of the person. And you want to make sure that there's a character match. Okay. Do they celebrate your progress? Even if it's small. I got the ball to the 50-yard marker. Are they celebrating with you, or are they saying, well, typically the average person hits it 150 yards, but yours was only 50? That's character, right? You want someone with great character that is going to treat you well. They're patient with you, and they're going to celebrate your wins. It's about you. It's the student-centered approach. That's what one of the main things that I grasp from my LPGA education. It's about really focusing on the student, and that's what you want to make sure a golf instructor is doing for you. Okay. So now skill may attract students, but character keeps them. And leadership follows that same principle. People may join organizations because of opportunity, but they stay because of leadership. Integrity always outlasts talent. 100%. 100%. So let's do a quick review of the 5 things that should consider when you're looking for a golf instructor. 1, you want to find someone that's seeking to understand your goals. 2, you want someone that communicates clearly with you so that you understand them. 3, they build confidence within you regardless of your current skill set. 4, that person continues to learn themselves so that they can be better for you. And the 5th thing is that they lead with character and respect for you and those around you. That is going to translate in how they care for you. Those same 5 qualities describe outstanding leaders in every profession, because leadership, just like golf, isn't about perfection. It's about helping people improve one swing, one conversation, one decision, one day at a time. So, listen, thank you for spending part of your day with me. If today's episode encouraged you, please subscribe, leave a review, share with another business professional who wants to become more confident both on the golf course and in the workplace. And if you're interested in leadership workshops, executive golf experiences, keynote speaking, or bringing golf into your organization as a professional development tool, I'd love to connect with you. You can reach me at information@aperfectswing.net. So remember, the right golf instructor won't just improve your swing, they'll improve your confidence. The right leader won't just improve your performance, they'll improve your potential. And in golf and in leadership, growth begins with the right coach. Have a great one.